So I just woke up from a little nappy nap. I don't know why I've been sleep. Well, I know why I've been sleeping so much. Honestly, I can go back, but I was knocked out like Craig did Debo. And honestly, I can take another one. But while I was dreaming or sleeping, I was thinking about the word firmament, right? And it always went over my head. It always went over my head because I'm like, yeah, we live under a firmament. But what is a firmament, right? So I broke the word down in my dreams, whatever. Firm, strong, the, mint, mind. Strong of the mind or a strong mind is what a firmament is, right? And then when you think about why the skies are always being sprayed or covered up, now think of the word government. Firmament, government. Strong mind, government, mind control. Gov, control, mint, mind, right? So the government covers the firmament. Oh, I probably made that into a song that kind of just started beating on in my head. But then it got me thinking about witchcraft, thinking about that in my dreams. So witchcraft is seen as evil because the people that's using it don't want you to use it. And then that story of Moses came back to my head again when Moses went against Pharaoh, right? And then I saw both sides of that story. I put Moses as the bad guy, and then Pharaoh as the good guy. Pharaoh is the good guy, Moses as the bad guy, or vice versa. I flipped the roles and I saw like from both sides. And like, it's not so much that magic is evil. We're made of magic. When God said he gave us a strong mind and a sound heart, strong mind, sound heart, no fear. Government gave us weak mind, distorted heart, and constant fear. But anyways, just thinking about some stuff, and it is just some food for thought. Think about it. We have a strong mind and we live under a strong mind. We are here in the middle region, the heart. And then thinking about the planets, because I was thinking about my grandma again. Like I had a dream within a dream, because I've dreamed before where I seen her, which I call outer space, like the sky. I call that nothingness, because when you see it in true form, there's just nothing but darkness, right? Just like the spiritual realm, it's just nothingness until something starts to appear, like either stars or planets or anything. But when I saw my grandma, and this is how I know for a fact, I haven't seen it in any books yet, but I know for a fact the rainbow is a complete circle. We only see half of the spectrum, just like when the moon disappears, or like when it's not visible, the moon is still there. The moon never goes away. It's just the light to which hits the moon to show you parts of the moon, but the moon never leaves. The sun rises and sets, but the moon is always constant. It just depends on how the light is hitting, and it shows you like, oh my God, I don't want to go into all this craziness, but it's just like so much just like jumping out of my mind right now. But I just wanted to share that fun fact about the firmament. Think of it as a strong mind. And then also, when I was thinking about a strong mind and a firmament, I was like, dang, I was in a pretty secure firmament because I did one of the riskiest things I've ever done in my life. This was back in what? This was one of the last times I went to Chicago. Not the last time, but the one time I went outside. I went out there. I was downtown, just walking around, looking at the beaches and the parks. And then I just decided to have a picnic out there one day. Took some stuff for a picnic, but I ended up falling asleep, like broad daylight, under a tree in the public. I had my purse with me, my wallet, my 2 cell phones, and money and stuff, my debit cards, like all that stuff, right? And so when I woke up, I was just like, boom, because I fell asleep. And I like in the daylight, and I woke up at night, and then I was so scared because I take trains out there, and I was like, oh no, do I have to stay in Chicago, like go get a room for the night, because the last train probably left, and I looked at my phone, it was only 8 o'clock, so I was like, okay, I still got 2 more hours, for another train, for the next 2 trains or whatever to make it back to the train station. But I'm like, oh my God, I slept out here all day. Then instantly I started checking myself. I'm like, I still got both of my cell phones. My cell phone was on top of me asleep because I don't know what I was doing. I was just under a tree and fell asleep with everything. Picnic, everything, food, everything. And like I woke up and not a soul touched me, like everything was still in place. And I'm like, did I just fall asleep in downtown Chicago? Didn't get robbed, assaulted, like nothing happened to me. I'm like, I was protected under the firmament. But I had faith, like, in my heart, in my mind, that nothing was going to happen to me, And if it does, that was just life, right? But that was just my understanding. But when I woke up, and I'm just like, thank you. But I don't know. Oh, and then another thing that helped me rationalize this thing with witchcraft, right, is this episode from the originals with the vampire wolves and witches. So there was an episode. It was towards the beginning. I actually think it's the very first episode, if I'm not mistaken, where Marcel's in charge of the French Quarter, boom, and he banned the witches from using magic because their magic would put him out of power inadvertently, because the witches were more powerful than the werewolves. The werewolves was just more, not the werewolves, the vampires, sorry. The vampires was just more cutthroat, and they only could move around at night. Until the witches made them the special ring so they can go out during the day. But the witches' power is put the vampires that was seen as the most vicious, it put them in check in a way. So for the vampires at that time to just dominate their dominancy, they banned the witches and was unaliving all of those who were using it. And so that's what makes me think about it again, the firmament and the government, right? Telling us all these things are evil, right? And then we just believe it without ever experiencing it for ourselves. And this is why I say experience, it is the best teacher. You wouldn't know good unless you went through bad to say, oh my God, like that's bad. And, this is so much better over here, because you had that experience to experience both sides of the rainbow, or both sides of the spectrum, or however you want to see it, both sides of the equation, to understand that now this formula works. Because when you were doing this formula, it made you feel a certain type of way. It brought out certain type of emotions, or things like that. But experience, again, as I say, is the best teacher. And if you like I said, when I said earlier in another video, when I said come out that Bible, put the Bible down, go outside. I promise you, go outside, clear heart, clear mind, and just sit. Don't say nothing. Don't expect nothing. Don't look for nothing, right? You just sit in nothingness and everything will be shown to you.